I'm Marcus, and this is Wake Up New Bedford. I'm here with Casen Tavares for part 2 of our conversation. Part 1, we were talking a lot about how he got started with DJing, modeling, his inspiration for music, even barbers, okay? And so for part 2, we're gonna continue that conversation with talking about business, and if he were to start a business, about fashion, about acting, and about some of his future plans. So, Casen again, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having
And
me.
so, absolutely.
This is cool.
I'm glad you're enjoying it. So, I would want to start with fashion, okay?
Fashion.
So, you were just saying that you would just walk out in, some pajamas, but
I have.
Yeah, okay.
I have.
And depending on where you're going. So,
Yeah.
how important is fashion to you? And do you only really care when you're modeling or during your daily life?
I care about fashion when I know I'm going to be somewhere important.
Sure.
Either that or maybe I just feel like dressing up that day.
Yeah.
But pretty much most of the time, I just throw on all black.
Yeah.
I wear all black all the time. You should see my closet. It's like a little bit of color. Like, it'll be like black and then like gray, white, and then like random colors.
No, I mean, black's a great color.
All I wear is black. That's my favorite color.
Yeah?
If you count it as a color, that's my favorite color.
Okay,
Some
okay.
people don't.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And probably it's probably the best color that can go with anything.
You can do anything with it.
Exactly. And so so this is something we didn't get a chance to talk about last interview was when did you get started with modeling? Like, do you remember your first modeling gig?
I remember when I first started to try and model, I wanted to model. I was in barber school.
Oh, really?
I was.
Okay.
And it was my friend's brand. His brand. It was a really cool brand, actually. It was out of Atlanta.
Okay.
It was pretty simplistic, but it was like that. It's like a newer, dark kind of fashion style. It's really, I like it personally.
Sure.
And I collaborated with him and his brand. And I think that was kind of like my kickstart into modeling, because after that I would take pictures, more pictures, and stack up, kind of build my level up with pictures.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
And so, even though, like you said in part 1, you're bald at that time, right? So you started your modeling career with no hair and looking different than you look now.
Yes, because I thought, I imagined in my head, I was like, okay, if you look at most models and actors, they don't have hair. They don't have a lot of hair. They have low cuts.
Yeah.
Or minimal, maybe this length.
And so you thought it was normal.
I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. Because I've seen pictures now, you're a good-looking guy, but the hair definitely adds another element to it. For sure. It makes you a lot more memorable too. You know? And so
I actually won best hair in school.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I
for
could
superlative.
Imagine. Yeah, okay. So you were also talking about how even though your mom was an influence in modeling, that she
was influenced against it at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So was that before or after you started modeling? Where she was giving you that advice?
Before.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get into an agency. I wanted to do all these things. I'm like, help me out. And she's like, I don't know. I don't want you to do it. I just did it anyway. She didn't really tell me don't. She kind of just advised against it.
Sure. Okay.
And I did it.
Sure. Now, would you say you had that mentality for a while, that you're kind of just going to do what you want?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Strong yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so when do you feel like you first realized that?
Because at the same time, I don't really know when.
Yeah.
Probably the same time I wanted to really start working.
Yeah.
To me, not doing what you want is kind of the same as working a job you don't want, a minimum wage job you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. I want to be able to live freely.
Yeah.
In the second, the complete. I wouldn't say other half of my life. Maybe a little bit before that. Maybe in my 30s, 40s, I can live freely. 'Cause that's my goal. I don't want to work forever.
Yeah, of course. So you plan to retire somewhat soon.
Yeah.
You don't plan to retire when you're old. Okay.
Yeah, my back already hurt.
The bad side. You're doing something wrong. Bro. I don't know what you're doing. But okay, so how do you see yourself retiring? When you imagine the path to get there, what's
And that's actually a really good question, because I don't even think I'll ever see myself retiring. Because I like working. I want to retire early. I want to have the freedom to retire early.
Sure.
But I don't think I'll ever retire. because
Yeah.
I love working
Okay.
at the things I like doing. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. Okay. And so you plan on doing whatever it'll take in order to make the money to retire. You don't
Yeah.
see a single path to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, man. I'll do anything, as long as it's not like like Diddy party.
Right, yeah. Anything that you want to do.
Yeah,
For
anything.
sure, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me put it.
It's
Let me
not
put it
what I
like
was
that.
saying, bro. Okay.
Let me put it like that.
For sure, for sure. So, okay, so we were also talking about fashion and business. So, could you see yourself starting your own fashion line?
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, actually. Yes,
Okay.
I
So you could see
I
yourself
could.
starting a business.
I didn't think of a business like that. I didn't think of
Yeah,
it that
you gotta get
deeply.
creative.
I would.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Don't know what it would be,
So,
but I would do that.
can you draw, or like, are you a visual artist at all? Okay, okay. But you have the ideas and the creativity, you feel like.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
And
yes.
definitely the expertise, like you're a model, so you're around clothes and you
Yeah.
know what looks good and what doesn't look
Yes.
good. And so with modeling, are you the one putting the outfits together, like totally, like just your freedom to do whatever?
I tend to put the same things together every time. So
Okay.
I'm like, I tell the photographer, I'm like, I'll follow you. I'll just follow your vision. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do.
Okay.
Because I wear something like this, like all black.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of my comfort zone with fashion.
Mm.
Because I need to expand on that. But I'm open to anything. I like any kind of clothing.
So talking about comfort zone, do you feel like these things came naturally for you, or you had to work hard and get out of your comfort zone in order to learn these different talents you
I
have?
had to get out of it. I had to work hard for it for
Yeah.
sure. Hmm.
What was the hardest thing out of being a barber, DJing, music, modeling? What was the hardest to learn?
Starting. Starting is the hardest part.
Starting one in particular, or just starting anything?
Anything.
Mm.
Starting is the hardest part always for me.
Okay.
I just need that kickstart. Once I have a kickstart, I can work myself.
Mm.
Starting is so hard. Like acting,
Mhm.
I don't know how I'm gonna get into acting. I know
Sure.
I gotta go to acting school or like get into like some kind of workshop,
Sure.
but
Or an agency.
I'm in an agency in Rhode Island,
Okay, cool.
Donahue Models and Talent.
Okay. And so,
But I gotta get into it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
'Cause
Starting.
have you done any like audition tapes or anything?
I don't like doing those. I do them, but they're so awkward. It's
I bet.
weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I gotta get out of that phase.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
so
that's like a
weird.
big part of it. Like you're definitely gonna.
It's such an awkward thing to do.
Yeah. I bet. But you have. Okay.
I have, yes.
Mhm. But they are awkward. Okay. So you'd rather do it in person.
Yes.
So you feel like that would be less nerve-wracking than just doing it like in your room?
It's weird, man. It's weird because
Yeah.
like I can retake it, but like
Exactly.
there's that human interaction where I can like know I can do my best.
Mm.
But then there's me in my room recording. I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna take the next best thing.
Mm.
I feel like when you're in that position, you're gonna do your best. You know what I mean?
Sure. When the pressure's on.
Mm.
Okay.
I really want to be in a Marvel movie. You know how cool
Okay.
that would be?
So yeah, I did want to ask you, when it comes to acting, what kind of acting do you see yourself doing?
Like movies, for sure. I know there's
Okay.
different acts. There's different acts of modeling. I mean,
Of acting.
of acting.
Oh, yeah, different genres.
Yeah, different genres of acting, kind of like on stage or like plays. Or
Mhm.
I don't really like that. I like movies.
Yeah,
Being
okay.
a movie is cool. You know how cool that'd be?
Yeah, it'd be dope.
That would be
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm trying to be in a movie.
Okay. And so you haven't done any kind of theater, have you?
No.
Yeah. Okay. And because you don't like it.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Another thing, bro, like
Yeah.
I feel like looking like me is hard to get into acting. Because there's so many people that look exactly like me. Like, I'm a pretty copy and paste kind of looking guy. You know what I mean?
What are you talking? I would beg to differ. Okay.
For real?
Yes.
So, you know,
Yeah.
so, all right. For example, man, like,
Okay.
you can go to a store right now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yo, Casen, I thought I just saw you at the store.
You get that a lot?
Yes.
Really?
I have so many different doppelgangers, bro.
Mm.
It's just, I'm like the easiest guy to make in like a video game. It's just a light-skinned guy with curly hair and a goatee. That's why I feel like it's kind of hard at some points.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
So you don't feel like your look works to your benefit to make you memorable?
It can,
Yeah.
for sure. But I mean, it's a pretty copy and paste look. I don't know. I gotta figure out, and maybe maybe it's just my perspective.
Yeah, you're
But
definitely being critical right
Okay,
now.
all
I
right.
can understand. Yeah, like I'm just, a black guy with a buzz cut. You
Yeah,
know, like, if I was just to say that, but I feel like looking at you, I can't say I've seen other young light-skinned guys.
So you see what I mean?
Yeah, guys with
And
curly hair. But
yeah, maybe that's just perspective thing, because everybody looks similar at some point.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
Maybe that's just all right. That's just me. My bad. My bad.
Because that's the thing. If you were going to get into acting, would you want to change your look? Are you saying?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Right.
But I feel like it'd be hard because there's so many people that do look like me trying to get into. There's so many people that look like each other trying to get into acting.
For sure, yeah. Going
It's a
back to
big
the pretty
industry.
privilege, they just feel like, all right, if I look good and have the confidence, then I can just act.
You gotta work for it though.
Yeah.
And I really do want to move because I feel like there's not a lot here. You know what I mean? Like the market that I need isn't in this area.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people move to like New York or LA.
Right. Exactly. Atlanta even.
Yeah, for sure. And so, if you were to move, where would you move? Have you thought about that?
Nope, because that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money for a 20-year-old me. But probably either Atlanta or New York. Because I know so many people in Atlanta. I'm so well connected in Atlanta.
How did that happen? What do you mean?
And that's a funny story.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And I feel like New York would be good because it's right next to us.
Sure.
But it's expensive. That's expensive.
Yeah, super expensive. Yeah.
I was talking to my cousin about rent, and she's like, it's $1,650 a month.
Yeah.
I'm like,
for probably a studio or something.
Yeah, it's a room.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
No, yeah, they definitely live the struggling artist lifestyle
Yes.
in New York.
Yeah, but that's it makes such a good come up story though.
Yeah, it does.
But
And you're in
is
the
it,
city.
But is it worth it? Because everybody gonna forget about the come up story. They're like,
Yeah.
yo, you're a big star.
And you have to make it,
Yeah, you gotta make it.
You gotta make it.
I have no doubt I will though,
Mm.
but I just gotta get it,
Yeah, like you said, the hardest part starting, and knowing where to start and having the right connections. And so but yeah, let's talk about Atlanta.
So I have a whole big friend group in Atlanta. I
Okay.
would say they're like my main friends. I love them. I love them to death.
Have you been to Atlanta?
Yeah, I've been a good amount of times.
Okay, talk about how did that begin? What do you mean?
I was a freshman in high school,
Okay.
and I was just playing 2K. I don't even like 2K.
Okay.
I was playing 2K on my PlayStation, and I hopped on the spot. It was a threes game. I hopped on the spot with my friend.
Okay.
I don't know who he was at the time.
Sure.
Because I was terrible at that game. The friends that I was playing with at the time, they did not play with me because I sucked.
For sure.
So I just hopped on a random spot to go against them.
Okay.
And it was with him I hopped on the spot with. And we killed them.
Okay.
We destroyed them.
Dope.
And I'm texting them, and I'm texting the other people that I was friends with. I was like, y'all suck. Man.
Yeah.
Y'all suck. We just killed you.
Yeah.
And I added him.
Yeah.
And we talked every day since then. So that's maybe,
Wow.
so freshman year, that's 20. It's almost going on maybe, what was that, 2018? 2018 to
Yeah,
now.
so that's like 7 years.
Yeah, that's like 7 years of knowing him.
Wow.
And he opened me up to his friend group.
Yeah.
And they're like family. We've been like all brothers since then.
Wow.
It's
okay.
crazy. I came up to them. They just came up here recently.
Oh, that's a crazy story.
I know, it's
Yeah,
weird.
on 2K.
And that's
okay.
it's a lot more common than you think now.
Mm,
It's a lot more common than you think now. I still have friends all over the place that I got to meet.
sure.
I have one friend in Kentucky I haven't met, and I met him before them. I love him. I've known him for at least a decade.
Okay. How did you meet someone in Kentucky? Okay.
Same way.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like I told you before, I was a really anxious kid. I was never outside. I was always inside. So all my friends I was making on PlayStation and stuff.
So, how many siblings do you have?
I just got, actually, biologically, I have a little brother,
Okay.
18. His name's Caleb. He's cool.
Sure. Okay.
My older sister, I call her my older sister. Her name's Aaliyah. She lives in New York.
Okay.
And then my cousin Savannah,
Sure.
the one that acts in Australia. I call her my sister as well.
Okay. Fire. But, so that's interesting. So you're the older brother. Okay. And so I have an older brother too.
Yep.
I have 4 half.
Are you the
siblings, but-
youngest?
No, I'm a middle child. But
Okay.
as far as for full siblings, yes, then I just have my older brother. And like you, I guess I wouldn't have considered myself anxious, but maybe just like an inside kid. And I was just playing video games, and wasn't really going outside. But when I would, it would just be with my older brother. He would take me to his friend's house and stuff. But if you're an anxious person naturally, then it's not like your younger brother was taking you places, you know, like you were
That's
just,
what I mean. He's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy. Like, we're completely different kids.
Okay.
Like, he just went to, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the artist Destroy Lonely.
Mm-mm.
It's like rage music, like
Sure.
like rage hip hop.
Okay.
He FaceTimed me the other day. He's like in the mosh pit.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just
yeah.
he goes in mosh pits. He just jumps around.
And so where do you think he gets that
I don't even like going to concerts unless I don't think it's worth it.
from? Yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't know where he gets that from.
Mm.
He's crazy, man. I can't. I don't know how he does it. So, all right. So you're a middle child.
Mm.
Do you think that was more in your benefit? Because
No.
being an older sibling is hard.
No, I can't imagine. You know,
You-
like there's a lot of pressure on you,
Yeah.
and you don't have anyone to look up to. Besides, like you know, if you have like
Yeah.
you know your older cousins. But so do you feel like you really leaned on them, or like your sister in New York or your cousin in Australia, in order to help you get out of your comfort zone and out of your shell,
No.
or did you feel like you had to do that on your own?
I did that all on my own.
Mm.
But I like talking to them.
Yeah.
So I always pick family over friends.
Mm. Okay.
Always, because I just love family so much. Like I'm an old soul, man. Everybody
Yeah,
tells me,
sounds like
everybody
it.
in my life tells me I'm an old soul because I'm so well connected with family. When my granddad passed in 21, first thing I did was connect with as many family members as I could, and I just stayed connected with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also look at friends as family too, because I feel like if you can't make a friend, if you can't call a friend family, then it shouldn't be a friend. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a bar.
You know
No,
what I
that's so true.
You know
Like,
what I
if you
mean?
feel like you can't depend on them, and if it's not love there, then
Yeah.
you know what is it? You know why you
Right.
even. So, what was it about your friends you were playing video games with? Okay, that you hadn't even met in person, that you felt like there was a connection there? Was it just like, were they funny? You know, or
Yeah, it was pretty much that. I mean, they were funny.
yeah.
I could just tell that it's like a lifelong friend that you're gonna have. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
Because as time goes on, you start making plans with them. You start building. You get similar mindsets. Everybody
Sure.
just wants to succeed.
Mm.
And I mean, if we can be friends while doing it, you know, why not, right?
So do you feel like I don't want to say motivation, but a part of friendship is having successful people around you?
Yeah.
Okay, got you. In order to
Yes.
motivate you to be better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I recently I just got out of like a friendship, but you can't spend your time trying to succeed if you want, like you have to surround yourself with the right people if
Yeah.
you want to succeed, because you can't be worried about how someone else is feeling or how like you can't base your choices off how someone's feeling, because it's only going to slow you down. It's only going to backtrack
Yes.
you. It's only going to make you miss out on opportunities and
Yeah.
jobs and anything, connections. I couldn't do that. And it's hard.
And so you feel like you've had to leave some friends in the
Yeah,
past
for sure.
because they're holding you back?
Yes.
Yeah. And was that hard? Like even
Yes.
now?
Hard. It was very
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah.
I still think about it, but
Mm.
it ain't worth it.
Mm.
It's not worth missing out on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Living out, like missing out on life, but then.
That as well.
Okay, so what did you mean?
I mean, like work-wise, like business-wise.
Sure.
Cause I dropped a lot of stuff to be able to succeed. You know what I mean? Some people aren't comfortable with the photo shoots you might be able to do, or might have to do, or positions in acting. You know, like it's an industry. It's tough to work
Yeah.
around people with, unless they're in that position as well with you. You know what I mean?
So would you say that a lot of your friends are in the industry, in whatever industry you're working, or they're just supportive and doing their own thing, but they're also just
They're
motivated
doing their
too?
own thing. They're also motivated.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it's not good to have too many friends in the same industry. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But a lot of my friends are motivated, for sure.
Even your friends in Atlanta, you'd say?
Yeah.
So what are they doing? Are they doing music, or like first, like when was the first time you went down there?
It was actually like prime COVID.
Oh, okay.
I flew Spirit.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
went on. I was with my mom. We had masks on.
Okay.
We're still kids too. We're still kids at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, my mom came with me. We're meeting strangers from PlayStation.
How
for
did
the
she
first
feel
time.
about that? Was she like nervous? Or?
She offered it.
Really?
Yeah, she offered it.
She's dope for that.
She is.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
is. She offered it, and she was like, "How?" Cause it was my birthday too. She was like, "How would you like to go to Atlanta?" I was like,
Let's go right now.
I was anxious at first, cause like that's how I get with like I used to get like that with flying and travel, but I was like, okay. Then she started second guessing when it started coming around. I was like, you can't be serious.
Yeah, this was your idea. What
This
do
is
you
like
mean?
I was like, come on, man. There's no way. But then we ended up going. Good amount of us too. So even some of them aren't really around anymore.
Sure.
But it was for the better. It was like prime COVID. It was like 95 degrees out. I was dying.
Yeah.
I was dying, bro. Cause we don't get that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's snowing outside right now. I had hella hair. It was hot. I was like, I've never passed out before. I was almost passing out.
Yeah.
She met the moms. They had like a mom's night out. The kids were at the house.
Sure.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun. That was the first time. That was 2020. I think the second time I went was my graduation year. Yeah, it was 2022.
Sure.
We rented a B&B. It was a
Okay.
basketball court. It was a pool.
Yeah. What?
There was a theater.
Okay.
And in the theater room, we had a boxing match.
Yeah?
I won.
Okay.
Landslide.
Okay, so this is something you haven't really talked about before. Like, have you played sports? Like, how important is fitness to you?
Oh, I love fitness. I'm in the gym all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I go to Two-Time Fitness.
Okay.
With Nick and Dante.
Oh, okay, fire.
They're
okay.
cool. They're the best trainers.
Yeah, I'm
They're
like
great.
sharing their videos. You know, I was just watching like one of their like.
Oh,
Nick
I did see you repost that.
Yeah, no,
their
like,
videos are crazy.
I've linked with
They're
Nick
really
before,
good.
and even
I told him, I was like, I'm coming on here tomorrow. You should probably get a spot in here. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Cause he's
yeah.
cool, man. They're all good. And they're good people.
Yeah.
So that's where I go. I go to that gym.
Okay.
I play basketball whenever. I did track a little bit. And I really just stayed in the gym.
Sure. Okay. And so I have a few minutes left. Okay. And so we're talking about if you were to start a business, then it would probably be in fashion. But, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
And so, besides that, like I guess this was off camera, but when I was asking you if you were to start a business, there was like a lot of hesitancy. At first, you were just saying no.
Yeah.
Now feeling about that, why do you think you were saying no?
Because I've never liked too much responsibility. Like when I would see manager positions like booked online and stuff for like minimum wage jobs, and I was like, nah. Like I never liked the too much responsibility kind of role.
Sure.
But I was also somewhat pretty young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what am I doing as like a 17-year-old manager? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Something about like a owner role. You know what I mean? Unless it's like my own stuff.
Sure.
Like owning my brand, my like Casen, owning that rather than like something I could sell.
So when you think of the brand Casen, like how do you envision it? If you were to brand yourself,
Brand myself. I don't even know how to put that into words.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I guess if you were to go into acting, okay, what do you think would be your ideal role? You said you'd want to be in a Marvel movie, okay?
That would be fire.
But do you know about typecasting?
Not familiar with it, actually.
So typecasting is essentially when a director or a casting director, cast someone specifically for a role.
Yes,
either like they're the nerd or they're the jock or they're the popular kid. Like
yes, okay.
Think about yourself. What do you think you would be typecasted as?
Wow.
Because just
That's
looking
a
at
good
you,
question.
Like
What do you think?
I'd probably typecast you as the pretty boy bully who would have a redemption arc. Like, not obviously you're a great guy,
Okay.
but you look like you could play like kind of you know, the guy who's with the pretty girl, you know, like
Okay.
probably maybe doing sports or something, like you'd be Mr. Popular.
Okay, all right.
And like eventually, you know, you'd have your redemption arc, you know, prove to be a good guy.
Redemption arc.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
prove to be a good guy. I see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I see.
Like, it has
I'm
nothing
like
to do with
the
your personality.
bully.
Like, typecasting is just looking at
Yeah.
you and seeing like what you would look like, you know, in a movie.
Okay, I feel you.
Now, with that said, like, what do you feel like you could play as a character?
Honestly, I'm pretty good at adapting, so anything.
Mm.
I could do anything. As long as it's not like crazy insane,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I could do anything. Horror movies would be really cool.
Mm.
Horror movies would be really cool.
Do you have a favorite genre that you watch?
Marvel, that's the genre.
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
that's not even a genre, but that's the genre.
For
me.
sure, for sure.
Like, I'll go back, I'll watch old movies all the time.
Mm.
You know how cool it'd be if I was Spider-Man?
You'd be a great Spider-Man, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
for
like
sure,
I'd be a
man.
really good Deadpool as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Just because, like, I mean, I guess, I know I don't really look like how Deadpool would look,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm in a mask anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Because that multiverse is crazy.
Yeah,
I
for
could
sure.
probably be Iron Man too. I'm not even just naming my favorites. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just naming people I could adapt to.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Would that not be hard?
No, that'd be
That'd
dope.
be cool as
That'd
hell,
be dope.
man. I want to be in one of those movies.
Mm.
But a horror movie would be cool too.
And so, when you think about, and I kind of asked you this before, but 5, 10 years, 15 years down the line, okay? When you see yourself making money to succeed,
Okay.
how do you see yourself getting there?
How do I see myself getting there?
Is it just by DJing and saving up money? Is it by making it in the modeling industry?
Yes.
You know?
DJing, saving up money. My plan originally was to like DJ as many weddings as I could this year. See how much money I end up with. Probably move somewhere so I can be more in that position to act and model.
Okay.
But who knows? 5, 10 years from now. That's 25 years old and that's 30 years old.
Yeah.
So by 30 years old, I'll be a millionaire before 30. Maybe by 30.
That's a good goal. I don't laugh at that, but that's
No,
a good
yeah, I
goal.
know what you
yeah,
mean.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want to have a Urus. You know what I mean?
What's yours?
Lamb truck.
Oh, okay.
That's such a nice looking car to me.
For sure,
I'm
for
gonna have
sure.
one of those.
Okay.
That car looks.
Do you see yourself in a relationship? Like, is that?
Nah.
So you're putting your career before love right now.
Yeah, we don't really do those. We don't really do those.
What are you talking about, bro?
We don't really do those. Not right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So even like 10 years down the line, you don't see yourself like having kids?
I
like,
can't
parent-
really say no,
Yeah, yeah.
but maybe.
But that's not what your mind's on right now.
No,
Yeah, yeah. You're in grind time right now.
This is grind time.
For
man.
sure.
This is
Okay.
grind time.
And I mean, you're doing great. You know, making a name for yourself, and
Thank you.
You really place yourself in a good spot to have the connections, already building your portfolio, and looking to the future.
Trying my best.
And all that without working for someone. You know what I'm saying? And but still able to make money and do what you want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Which is so many. It should be everyone's goal.
It should.
To do what you want, be making money, and be living a happy life. And it seems like you're kind of living the dream right now.
I'm doing my best.
Yes,
Trying
sir.
everything I can.
Okay. And so, if you could leave the people off with one message, what would it be?
Damn, I didn't prepare for that.
I know. Yeah, yeah.
Shit. Leave them off with one message. That don't even make sense. I'm trying to think of things. I've said before. I don't know. I don't really got nothing.
If a kid was gonna walk up to you, dap you up, and you took a picture with them, what would you say? to them?
Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote this recently, actually. I had another
Okay.
interview, but it
Go
wasn't
ahead.
like this. It was like a written one.
Sure.
Shit, I lost it.
No, go ahead. Okay. If you're gonna inspire a kid right now,
If
what
I was
would you
gonna
say?
inspire a kid, damn, man. Shit. Can I read it? Can I go read it? I lost it.
So,
You want me to do without it?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Honestly, what I think I wrote, I'll go along the lines of what I thought I wrote.
Sure.
As corny and as like weird as it's, you know, how you hear it in like a weak movie, like, you know, it's really just be yourself. Because at the same time, like being yourself, man, like you'll get so far because you don't want to fake being someone because you'll attract all the wrong things. You gotta just be the genuine you.
Yeah.
And you'll attract so much of like what you actually want. Like, don't don't do things for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
That's also what I said. I said don't do things for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Have the right goals.
Yeah.
I lost it completely, man.
No,
That was along the lines of what I wrote.
No, that's good. That's
but-
great. Be yourself. Do it for the right reasons, and but more so than anything, be
Don't
yourself.
be dumb.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be doing it for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
Don't be dumb, man.
And surround yourself with good people, and
That's
just
another one.
try and succeed in life. So,
Damn, man.
no, don't worry about
I
it.
lost
Casen,
it.
You had that was a great interview.
I appreciate it.
I had so much fun. I hope you
I'm
did
glad.
too.
I did for sure. This is fun.
And so that's been my interview with Casen Tavares, the Tavares, okay? And catch us on the next episode on Wake Up New Bedford. Thanks for watching. Peace.
I'm running,